Normal players don't do this. This is not the norm.
Luke Littler!
Luke Littler.
Luke Littler is a teenage champion who keeps on delivering magic moments.
Rainstorm, rap storm, I'm here to feel.
Darts has gone bang. We are now in the midst, the very centre of it. He's bringing new eyes to the game. Luke Littler!
Yes, you beauty!
Is it one on the Pro Tour? Is it one on the European Tour? And he's looking at his watch to say, about time. There is nothing that this kid, this phenom, cannot do.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, and everyone. Welcome back to the action. We are coming to you live on Sky Sport from the great city of Cardiff. This is our second Cardiff semi-final of the BetMGM Premier League. It's time to welcome back our players. Ladies and gentlemen, a two-time European champion, the winner of 5 World Series titles. Ladies and gentlemen, he is the winner of the World Match Play and the former champion of the world. Titles. Newly crowned UK Open champion and winner of the Grand Slam and 3 World Series titles. It's time to meet the reigning and defending Premier League champion and the reigning champion of the world. It's Luke, the Nuke.
To this, our second semi-final of the line. Littler and Cross battling it out to book their spot in tonight's final and to face Michael Van Gerwen there. Well, Luke Littler was kind of just, Luke Littler-like in the quarterfinals. A 102 average, nailed 50% of his darts at the outer ring and beat Nathan Aspinall 6-3. But Rob Cross, he provided the drama, didn't he, in the quarterfinals? He led Gerwyn Price. Gerwyn Price then fought back, and then at 5-5, Voltage now the 170 out to win the match. Yeah, it was dramatic and some. Well, Littler looking to make it to a 5th final in just 7 weeks. Won a couple of nights already, of course. Rob Cross, meanwhile, trying to make it to a first final this evening. These two met last week in Nottingham, ended in victory then for Luke Littler. So who wins this time around? Let's find out, shall we, in the company of Laura Turner and Rod Studd.
Thank you, Emma. Yes, well, we've seen Michael van Gerwen a matter of minutes ago reach his first nightly final of the 25 Premier League. Can Rob Cross follow suit, or will Luke Littler repeat the form from Nottingham where he won by 6 legs to 3? Will it be another Premier performance from the Premier League defending champion, or will we see vintage voltage and a big upset here in the semi-final? We're delighted to be in the company of Laura Turner for this game. Good evening to you, Laura. How do you see this one going?
Yeah, good evening, Rod. Yeah, it's another one. You look at all the stats, everything is so loaded towards Luke Littler, as they all seem to be nowadays. But you go back to that first meeting they had in the Premier League. Rob Cross led Luke Littler 5 legs to 1. We know he's got it in his arsenal that he can take that lead. Just needs to be able to get across the line. And I will say, Rob Cross, the last couple of weeks has been most improved. We've seen the 9 data from him in Brighton, and we've seen some big averages, but what we haven't seen is him in a final.
That was in Glasgow, the match where Littler won 6-5. He won 6-3 in Nottingham, we've already mentioned. And in the Premier League last year, 4 wins in 5 matches for Luke the Nuke over Rob Cross. Littler with 6 nightly wins already in his Premier League career, fledgling career you may call it, in 22 attempts. Cross is yet to win 1. Littler's already appeared in 10 nightly finals, Cross in 3 in his career. So, as Laura so rightly said, everything points to a win for Littler, but any outcome is possible in any match, no matter how unlikely it may seem, Laura. That's why they play the matches.
Yeah, absolutely. And we did see from Littler, he was a little bit slow off the mark against Nathan Aspinall, and it's something that Aspinall wasn't quite able to expose. If Rob Cross can do something similar, but it is Littler down to a finish first.
It was a far from picture perfect display from Littler. One leg he started with 11 and then hit a maxi, and he went out with 71, treble 17, miss. Sorry, 81, treble 17, miss, double 15. It was some idiosyncratic stuff that we've come to expect from Littler. Not sure Aspinall enjoyed that very much, but nonetheless, they're his darts. He can throw them where he likes. Cross here, hunting down, Tops can't find it, and so Littler with a chance for the early break. Will be 1 dart at Tops here, and he could use the second dart as a perfect marker to finish off the job with the third. A well-constructed finish.
Yeah, absolutely. No drama from the reigning world champion, and kicks us off with the first maximum of the match in the second leg.
Well, Littler is posting numbers in terms of maximum hitting that we've never really seen before in professional darts. He's rattling along in recent history with a maxi every 2 legs, which is just staggering stuff. Absolutely staggering stuff. We've seen some big hitters over the recent years, but none in the class of Littler when it comes to 180s. And that, would you believe, is his 77th of this Premier League tournament.
57.
Ludicrous.
Yeah, I know. He's almost twice as many ahead as the player in second place, which is Luke Humphries, in terms of maximum hitting. As you say, these are just astronomical numbers.
Of course, he has played more matches because he's been getting to finals, as we already mentioned, but the number of 180s per legs is just simply unbelievable. So it's not just the number, it's the regularity, frequency. Tops here, no bother. No dramas. Littler bossing this match. 3 minutes played, 2 legs gone. It's the speed as well, isn't it? It's the speed of the way things are happening, the speed and the accuracy, and Rob Cross won't know if he's on the swings or the roundabouts here.
When you do play a player that has this kind of pace, has this kind of rhythm, but also this level, you can get really wrapped up in the game. Blink and you're already on your way home.
Well, so far, 2 maximums, 2 out of 2 on the doubles, average 118, under 4 minutes on the stopwatch, 2-0 to Littler. match that Rob Cross-Laura must have known he was going to have to bring his A game to compete here. He hasn't brought his A game, and he's in danger here of being absolutely blitzed.
Yeah, absolutely. When they've met the last couple of times in the Premier League, as mentioned, they have been really quite competitive matches, but so far in this match, it looks like Littler who is going to dominate.
Well, he doesn't need to entertain a bullseye bid, so he'll come away from that segment to leave his favourite double 10, which he misses eyebrow-raisingly.
Again, though, Rob Cross set up play, but on the back foot. Littler to stretch it to 3-0.
Double 2, and errors made. And Rob Cross here can ill afford not to cash in. Chances, 2 of them. A double 8 to nick a leg and stay in the contest and rattle the cage of the world champion. Oh my. Well, why does it always rain on me? Double 1. Oh, and that really is the final insult. He was given some crumbs off the top table, but he couldn't gobble them up, Rob Cross, and he busted his score, and Littler went out on the smallest possible finish.
Yeah, Rob Cross, chances in the opening leg. One dart at top, so a couple of darts there. Those are the darts that you just cannot afford to miss against a player like Littler, against most players in this Premier League.
That's better, isn't it, Rob? Touche! Poke the bear, and the bear bit back. Oh, 180, 180, 180! This is what they've come to see.
Just felt inevitable, didn't it?
Well, he had a 9-dart leg in Brighton. Oh yes, dart 7 in the treble 19, treble 16. Oh, Roberto. Would have been 2 9-dart legs in 3 weeks for the former world champ. But he may lose the leg. Went double-double on the 19s, that's the Dobie route. Well, to be on a 9-dart leg and lose it would have been hugely frustrating. He's accidentally here left tops. I'll bet my bottom dollar was going 16 for the double there. Look.
I would agree completely. There was that kind of pause, that hesitation, but it worked out well in the end for Rob Cross. Is that the spark? Is that the catalyst that gets Rob Cross into action?
Here he goes again. Look at the reaction from Littler. Abject disgust at his inability to put 3 darts in the treble 20.
I think that third was thrown with such pinpoint precision that it actually bounced off the one that was already in the treble bed.
Serene stuff here from Luke Littler. Rob Cross had to threaten a 9-dart leg just to win a leg. Went 7 ninths in, but was second of the tournament. In the end, got that leg on the board as Littler piles in a 5th 180 of this contest.
This is some performance from Littler, and you feel these kind of shots Rob Cross is going to have to get, not going to happen, so Littler back for a 4-1 lead.
Tops. Double 10. Well, the biggest surprise of this contest is that Littler has had difficulty on double 10. Very few other segments of the board have posed him any problems. Rob Cross, though, is back to 3-2.
When winning the first 3 legs, 3-0 lead, and Rob Cross winning the last 2.
59.
Making things very competitive once again.
Well, it looked like being an absolute stroll for Luke Littler when he went 3 up. Such was his darting dominance at that point, but Rob Cross has fought back. He's won 2 legs on the spin, and Littler now has got to mind his work, otherwise he could find himself getting embroiled.
140.
He did lose to Rob Cross in the opening round of the World Grand Prix in Leicester. Bear in mind that was, of course, a double-in, double-out format, so very much a different beast. He beat Cross in that World semi-final on the way to his first World final. Comprehensive 6-1 romp. And he's been dominant in the Prem against Voltage.
Absolutely, in terms of head-to-heads, it's 10-2 in favour of Luke Littler.
41.
Cross from 3-0. His first priority was to drag Littler into a match.
91.
Stop him strutting his stuff and just serenely swanning around on the stage like he owned the place. That's a third maximum to Rob Cross. 8 now in this contest. Now, if this doesn't go, Cross will have a chance to level the match from nowhere. Double 16. And Luke Littler bangs in a ton plus out on an area of the board where he's supposed to be weak. And the 109 check makes it 4-2. Stops the Cross comeback for now.
I'd argue there's probably not an area of the board when Luke Littler is weak, but that, another maximum from the Nuke, 6 for him.
Almost frightening what number of maxims he could post during this Premier League season. He's only 18 short of the 100 now. Newcastle next week, you'd say that the odds are the 100 will be hoisted, or he'll raise his bat for the century in Berlin in a fortnight.
Littler just keeping Cross under constant pressure.
Michael van Gerwen is the man waiting.
81.
Littler and van Gerwen have had some epic duels already in their short rivalry. Embryonic rivalry, if you will. But the one in Belfast, when Littler averaged 114 and got beat in week 1 of the Premier League this season, is certainly one that sticks in the memory.
Yeah, still the highest average from this year's Premier League. It's to be a losing average. No surprise that Luke Littler actually has the highest winning average as well for this year.
Has he really? My word, 108 and change tonight, Laura. Rob Cross wants the bullseye now.
56.
Well, it's not in the right postcode, and Littler wants tops. Oh, it's no problem. He's 5-2 up, and the Rob Cross comeback is ground to a halt. Well, Cross himself was 5-2 up on Price in the first game, and in the end had to go all the way to a last leg decider before checking out 170 to defeat the Welshman in an epic duel.
97.
Yeah, it's a bit of a cliche, but it is never over till it's over. But Luke Littler really does have the bit between his teeth. He can see the finish line, see a route to MVG and that final.
Well, that's a mouth-watering prospect. Littler stretching his lead at the top of the league ladder. Rob Cross hitting a 4th maximum. That's 10 in the match between these two darters, 6 of them to Littler. Look at this.
126.
Littler will be top going to Newcastle, and with the fixtures determined by league placings, 1st v 8th, 2nd v 7th, 3rd v 6th, 4th v 5th, Littler will play Bunting. I bet Stephen's delighted with that. Must be really looking forward to it.
anyone. Drawing anyone in this Premier League is no mean feat, but yes. When you're in the position of Bunting, probably not.
Well, tonight, Littler was the shortest price match favourite I can remember in Premier League darts, 1-6 to beat Aspinall. It'll be even shorter than that to beat Bunting next week. Goodness knows what the odds makers will chalk up, but they'll still have takers. Littler wants 120 for the match. There's treble, the single now for tops for the match. For the highest finish of this match, Luke Littler is in the final again. Luke Littler surges into another nightly final here in the Premier League, his 5th final of 2025. And he'll take on Michael van Gerwen in what should be a tremendous trophy match here in the Welsh capital.